Good morning, students. Today we have chapter 8 and the topic for today's lesson is materials and solution. So in this chapter we have two objectives. Okay. Number one is recall about changes of state, and number two is learn about solute, solvent and solution, soluble and insoluble substance. So these are the two objectives that we are going to learn today. So let us move on with the first objective, that is recall about changes of state. So looking at the first objective, if we see this, we have learned this objective in the previous chapter also, and this is a bit similar to the previous chapter. So let us recall that this is about a matter. As we all know that a matter is a mass. Okay, a matter is a mass that occupies space, and the matter exists in three forms, that is solid, liquid and gases. Okay. Now these matters forms, that is solid, liquid and gases, they change their forms. For example, the solid transforms into liquid when heated, and the liquid turns into a solid when it is cooled. Okay. Let me give you another example. The process in which the solid changes into liquid is called melting. Okay. Now when you heat up the candle with the help of the fire, the candle melts. Now let us do it with the help of an experiment. So I have a candle here with me, and this is a matchbox. I am going to light this candle, and after lighting you will see that this candle melts. Okay. So I have lighted this candle. Now you will see this candle melting. Okay. So you can see this candle melting. So this means that the solid, when heated or when burned, it is transformed into liquid. Okay. Move on to the next point. So now we have solute, solvent and solution. Now let us learn what is solute, solvent and solution with the help of experiment. Now here I have a glass of water. Now what I am going to do is, I also have a cup of sugar with me, so and a spoon. So I am going to put the sugar in the water, okay, with the help of spoon. So when I put a spoon of sugar into the water, the sugar will get dissolved into the water. Okay. Now here the sugar is the solute. Okay. Now after stirring it, we will find or notice that the sugar has been completely dissolved in the water. You will not find or see any sugar in the glass. So after stirring the water for some time, we will notice that there is no any particles of sugar in this water. So the solute in which I am putting in, that is solvent. That means here the water is the solvent, right? And after getting mixed up, it has turned into a solution. Okay, now this is a solution, right? I repeat, I have put a spoon of sugar into the water. Here the sugar is the solute, and the water in which I am putting in, I mean the sugar in which I am putting in, that means the water is the solvent, and after the sugar and the water gets mixed up, it then forms a solution. Okay. So, I hope you understand what is solute, solvent and solution. Another point, that is soluble substance and insoluble substance, right. Soluble substance and insoluble substance. So, let us learn what is soluble substance and insoluble substance. We have seen that the sugar get dissolves in water completely. That means the substance that get dissolved with the water completely is called a soluble substance, and the substance that does not gets dissolved with the water is called the insoluble substance. Okay. Now, you have seen the substance, that is the sugar being dissolved in the water. Now, we will find it the substance, that is the insoluble substance, not getting dissolved in the water. So, I am going to put up little bit of sand, I have a sand in my hand. So, I am going to mix this sand into the water. Okay. So, we will find out whether this sand dissolves in the water or not. So, let me stir up this sand and the water for some time. We will follow the same procedure as I have done with the sugar. So, dear students, just see it carefully. So, you will find that the sand which I have put in the water does not get dissolved completely. Okay. So, that means this substance is insoluble substance. Okay. Now, the soluble substance and the insoluble substance can be separated. I request all the students to follow your books, page number 99. You will find here that soluble substance can be separated from a solution by the method of evaporation. Okay. So, how is that? Let us find out. For example, to acquire the salt from the salt water solution, heat the water until evaporation occurs. After some time, all the water will disappear, leaving the salt behind. So, you can do this experiment in your home. So, now let us separate the insoluble substance. So, we are going to do here an experiment. Here we have two methods. One is filtration. We can separate the insoluble substance with two methods by using two methods, that is filtration, sedimentation and decantation. Okay. So, let us try it with the first method, that is filtration. So, here I have a piece of cloth. Okay. I have a piece of cloth here. So, I am going to take another glass and put it over the glass, empty glass, and I am going to pour out here the substance, the insoluble substance that I have mixed up with the water. Okay. So, let us find out whether it is getting filtered or not. So, my dear students, we have done this filtration experiment. So, as I have shown you that after pouring, we have seen that the particles, the substance, that is the sand, has been filtered in the cloth. Okay. So, this is called filtration. Now, what is sedimentation? Okay, let us find out. Sedimentation. Now we are going to learn what is sedimentation with the help of an experiment. Okay. So, few minutes back you have seen that I have put the substance, that is the particles of sand, into the water, and after some time we have noticed, you will notice that the particles, that is the sand particles, has come down. It has been collected at the bottom of the glass. Okay. So, this collection of substance, okay, this is called a sedimentation, right. So, you see the sand particles, you can see the sand particles at the bottom of the glass. Now, I am going to pour the water into the other glass. Okay. So, pouring of this water, clean water, into the other glass is called decantation. Okay. Decantation. So, sedimentation and decantation, right. So, we have learned what is sedimentation and decantation with the help of an experiments. So, I hope students, all of you have understood this chapter. So, thank you and stay safe.